Hello and welcome there, my Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your work, career, and vocation read for November, December 2020. I'm your reader, Markangelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Markangelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hey, hi. Welcome back, my subscribers, my Scorpio brothers and sisters. Everybody's my brother and my sister, his unity consciousness and all that jazz, but you all actually shut up. Hi. My older brother, Matthew, is a Scorpio, as I like to comment. Being the younger brother of a Scorpio is tricky, but there you have it. I'm still here. Ask Elaine Stritch, who's not. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to dive into this. I just always want to say thank you to the subscribers. My numbers are getting there little by little. I know, almost at 2,000, but shooting for 30,000 so we can do that membership thing. And we're going to have so much fun. We're going to have so much fun with the join button, right? There's just content that I can do there that I can't do on regular YouTube, and I think you know what I mean. That being said, or maybe you don't. If you're new to my channel, right? If you like the video, hit the thumbs up, please. The more likes you get, the more people see your videos. Just how it works, so please do. And if you like the way I work, please subscribe. I'm a lot of fun. Oh, and we're launching a second episode of the podcast tonight, Mal and Mal do. So depending on when you're watching this, I'm doing this for the future. I'm already in Saratoga by the time this comes, because that's the thing. Getting my work done early so I can go up and see my parents up in Saratoga, get my car serviced, because that's where I bought it, so you get it for free. So I drive up, I get to see my parents every 3 months, and they have my new little brother, the kitten, Giovanni Jojo. Flame Point Himalayan, Blue Point Himalayan, Flame Point, Blue Point Himalayan, I think. Can't wait to see him. So let's do this. Let's get up in this gig. I'm feeling good. The sun is shining through my windows. Take a nice deep breath. Remember, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's work, career, vocation. So we're not looking at twin flame or soulmate or none of that stuff. A bit more grounded, more money than the sex and power. We'll see. Take a nice deep breath. All the decks that I'm using, it's a 9-card spread. The 3 decks I'm using are in the description box at the bottom. I think that's enough of the basics. Let's do this thing. 3 levels of power: work, career, vocation, right? Work is the lower 3 chakras, right? That's root, sacrum, solar plexus, how you navigate and survive in the physical world. Some people get paid for that, some people don't. Their work. Your career, next for heart, throat, third eye, and crown. It's your passion, it's your hunger, it's your thirst for your creativity, right? Your career, how many artists are working in the world to pay the bills, doing their art, so they're getting paid, and for some it's the exact opposite. For me it is. It's a long story. And then your vocation, right? That 8th chakra, your spiritual calling, your soul's mission, that in different phases of it, in different parts of life, and that's why we do these, but November, December. The next would be December and January. It's a larger span. So we're going to look at this archetypally, right? We're going to look at the soul powers involved here. We're going to use Daughters of the Moon to look at what the internal experience of the 3 levels is, as well as the mythic tarot for what's going on externally. Let's do this. That's enough. Take a nice deep breath. Because I've had a very mystical morning, and prayer and meditation, a lot of creativity flowing through, busy day. So it feels like let's get down to work. My collective pantheons, there you are. Angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, I need 3 cards from the Caroline Myss Archetype deck. What are the dominant soul powers being developed for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, November and December 2020. 3 cards. First, for their work, lower 3 chakras, survival intuition, right? That level of intuition, that on your feet, their work in the world. Their heart, throat, third eye, crown, career, right? Creative intuition, moving it back and forth from crown to heart and back and forth, choices and thoughts and all that. Their career, their passion, their 8th chakra, right? Their vocation, what's calling them forward? What is their spiritual calling? This, send it around again, particularly with the 8th chakra. Let's really, for their 8th chakra, their spiritual calling their vocation. There we have. Now, do keep in mind, Caroline Myss archetype cards really illustrate how neutral archetypes are, listing both the shadow and the light aspects, showing you the development from toxic to healthy, right? Fear to love, pain to peace. And well, this is a tricky one, and you will see why. In work, lower 3 chakras, you're dealing with the thief archetype. Now, this may not be you. This might be something going on in the work world in general with everything that's going on planet Earth. Let me read it to you. You'll see what I mean. Shadow attributes: stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. Now, if that's you as a Scorpio, there is always that hidden, discreet part of the Scorpio that they're good usually at hiding their motives, right? Intense empaths, but as a result can front a bit. Now, that's the shadow side. Everybody could do this. Anybody can have this archetype in their way, but maybe in your career, in your work in the world, here, this will say it, the light attribute sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. I feel like that's what the work is for you right now, is really coming into contact in the physical world. Like, you've got skills, you've got strength, you've got wealth that you, and you're even aware of it. So many of you are aware of it. It's just like, but the world has changed. So you might feel like you've gotten ripped off, right? For the time, the investment that you put into this, or that there was something stolen here, right? And that can be time, that can be opportunity, that can be the soul power of the thief is to know that if something, I mean, this is like really high vibe though. This is like near 100% gold alchemy in terms of the thief is really getting that whatever is taken from me, it's meant to go. It's part of the divine plan. That doesn't mean you play a passive role, but your experience and narrative of it is different. And in 2020, it's sort of everywhere. You know what I mean? You know exactly what I'm talking about. So interesting, in your career, you've got the trickster archetype, and that's why I said this is tricky. Now, the thief archetype, I never remember this one. It is either the action family of archetype. That doesn't feel right. I think it's the wild card family, pretty much. I could be totally wrong. But the trickster is definitely the wild card family, right? So the possibility of having 2 wild cards here, I am pretty sure the trickster, because you never know what you're going to expect. There are 9 families of archetypes, and the last one, the wild card, are those archetypes that really don't fit into any of the others. So the shadow attribute, manipulating others through duplicity. That's what I mean. It's like there's something odd going on here. Now, look, I just know the people who come to my channel are trying, right? They're doing the best that they can. So the idea of a Scorpio manipulating others through duplicity, like I said, I've got an older brother who's a Scorpio. Work, right? Be clear, be honest, right? Be authentic. So the light attribute here, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior, really is your way through this. If this is not you, you might have to pull some tricks as you go, but be very, very aware of the emotional pain that drives us, the fear that drives us to manipulate people, right? Through duplicity, saying one thing, doing another, prestidigitations. I mean, look over here, and then, you know, the thing happens. Now, again, can you feel like the universe has played a trick on you this year? Yeah, and you're not alone in that. But Scorpio, it's this third archetype on the table that I think, not that it nullifies the rest of it, it's not the Sun card in the tarot. This wipes everything else out, supposedly. Like Febreze, vibrational Febreze. You've got the Samaritan archetype. It is a scriptural, divine family archetype, the Good Samaritan one from Samara, right? It's so, I mean, this is ancient. The shadow attribute. Now, I want you to think 8th chakra, your spiritual calling here. The shadow attribute, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. Now, look, everybody wants to be appreciated. This is different. This is different. Well, the light will clarify this really quick. Refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So it is very much a service kind of archetype. So this is what makes me think that perhaps this thief and this trickster, though you are developing soul powers as a result of what you're going through, in your work and your career. It's your vocation that may very well have you dealing with other people that you would prefer to ignore. Tricksters and thieves. I mean, this is Hermes, the god of tricksters, the messenger of the gods, liars, gamblers, and thieves. And hermetic magic. And, you know, he's a very busy guy. God, he's gorgeous too. There he is. He's so cute. There's like kiss his head. Kiss his marble head. Yeah. So this is fascinating. I will say occult in the sense that both of these have hidden aspects. Very Scorpio, right? Well, the thief, look, he's just like, hey, bud, right? What you got? Oh, we see, but he's got his heart. He's wearing at least his heart on his inside vest, not on his sleeve. But that thing of really finding the value that is in you that can't be stolen. But there's an unconventionalness about this. And if this is your archetype, if you're the trickster, it really is about you kind of perhaps even using your humor, perhaps even dark humor, to transcend convention and stuffiness, right? This is tricky. It's tricky. Well, and like that Samaritan, it feels like that. It feels like swinging from one trapeze to another. Larger picture. Oh, well, yeah, if you're job hunting, people stealing jobs, people stealing leads. I could see that. And with the trickster, like really trying to use your intuition, right, to kind of feel that out. And I get even manipulating others through duplicity if your resume ain't quite your resume. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I can see that. Right? That's what I like about general reads. So many ways, so many quantum. I've been seeing the quantum threads lately, like, oh God, I can't believe fiber optics, like billions running off every second. So let's see what's going on inside of you, right? To get you a little inner bearings from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the Goddesses, the Divine Yin. Take a nice deep breath. Yeah. Yeah, my Goddesses of Water. They're like, sit back, baby, we got this. My Goddesses of Water and the sign of Scorpio. Please, I need 3 cards in clarity. For the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in their work, career, and vocation for November and December 2020, please. We've got the Thief, lower 3 chakras, right? Survival, intuition, their survival in the world. That Thief archetype there, please. What's their internal experience of that? Like, how is that affecting them? Or what's that about more on the inside? For the career, they've got the Trickster, which can be very alchemical. Transcending in its life, but with that duplicity going on there, what's their experience on the inside, please, in their work, career, vocation, well, in their career, and for their vocation, really, such a bright light, which is interesting because the Thief and the Trickster in their shadow are particularly tricky and toxic, as all shadow is, but with the Samaritan there, that bright light, please. My Goddesses, what is their internal experience with that? Because that could be very high vibe, as I said. Okay, let's see. Really good. Really, really good. Much off the hook. Really, really good. Well, with the Thief, there is the 7 of Flames, victory. Now, I know the 6 of Wands traditionally in tarot is the victory card, not in this deck. These are 3 women who have fire in their hands, and they are galloping on horses, obviously, but on cooling lava, which I don't know if you can see, like the little cracks in the ground there. That's literally, there's lava moving underneath them in the same direction too. So they're moving in the right direction. There is absolute victory here. So in terms of that Thief archetype, whatever it is that needs to be overcome here in the physical world is being overcome, but it's being overcome through will and desire, element of fire. Look, they're rhyming through me. Yeah, to really, like, you know, for a Scorpio, get in touch with what you want. That's now, look, if things are stuck and not moving forward because the world is what it is, then there's some aspect here definitely of action being taken, or at least, I mean, that's what we're looking at, the external world, right? The physical world, the lower 3 chakras here. Well, because with the 9 of Pentacles, in the career location, now you would say, well, maybe I'm not making that kind of money, but there is an internal, these cards are the yin, not the yang, right? The Daughters of the Moon. of this, of like, no, there's a security inside of you, right? There's a wealth inside of you. Now, when we say wisdom, right, in terms of what you've learned, how much you've grown, you're standing on your own. Think of 3 threes to make a 9, right? 3 stable tripods holding the platform. You're in a good place. You're in a good place inside of yourself. There is security in there. Now, why in the world would you need to be duplicitous? Unless, you know, you got to play the game. But I do feel that there's a confidence thing going on here and that everything's in alignment for it. Just with the, like I said, with the thief and the tricksters, it's tricky. It's tricky, but it's okay because here, this is so cool. You've got the 6 of flames. Play, best at turning cartwheels in the sun, right? That awakening, that movement forward. So you've got the 6 of flames and the 6 of flames in the 8th chakra. That play, that movement, that balance of fire. That's inspiration, right? That's fun. And it's balanced, right? It's like you can't really do cartwheels and yoga poses like that without balance. So a balance of will. So that's Samaritan. It feels like even if you are engaging with, let's just say, shady characters and leave that at that, right? Friends, family, coworkers, whatever. It's sort of like you're willing to play the game because you're kind of like, well, I'm going to transcend the usual thing that I would do here, or maybe the things usually that society would do here, because you know what, I'm stable, I'm cool within myself, so all right, bring it, right, bring it, and let's move forward, let's have a victory here, let's set a goal and achieve it, right, whatever that may be. I mean, this might have a very job hunty feel to it. Job hunty. Good God almighty, Mark. Let's see what this looks like on the outside. Last 3 cards down. And we'll give you the blessing and you're done. Check your other signs. This is interesting. This really does speak of a risk, right? A thief and a trickster. That was maybe the word I couldn't put my finger on before. Hey, stay there. Breathe. Oh, yes, indeed. My gods of Scorpio. The element of water. Hades and Poseidon in particular, please. I need 3 cards, if you would. For the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun in their work, career, Vocation, November and December 2020. What does this look like on the outside? So that they can recognize it, so that they can catch the clues, the tips, and the hints that are there for them to maybe see as well as intuit. Their element of earth here, right? Work, survival, root, sacrum, solar plexus, thief with the victory card. That's what that looks like on the outside. I'm flipping over here. Their career, right? Their element of water and fire and air, right? All of that emotion, stuff going on, heart, third eye, crown, their career with the trickster and that 9 of pentacles. That stability is so there. You may not know it, but it is inside of you. Your answers, your stability, your wisdom really is within. And their vocation, the Samaritan, which is to me such a high, like I said, scriptural certainly, but that to really be willing to serve those that you would rather ignore, and maybe even an aspect of your own career or work, right? That you're like, I'd rather not do this, but I'm going to do it because it's within me to do, and I'm going to have fun with it, which is kind of what that feels like. So what does that look like on the outside, my gods, please? Last card down. Oh, 2. Oh, please. I almost had that. Last card down. Please leave it in my hands. There we go. You can do it if you try. All right, here we go. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Ooh, all right. Well, lower 3 chakras, right? Survival. Think what you got to do in this world to survive. I myself don't get paid for my work. The work that I do is administrational. It's being the president of the company. Self-employed, right? So any money that comes in immediately goes into bills. So what do I make the money on? Teacher, healer, kind of artist, my career, my passion. I'd be dead without it. My vocation as a mystic, my connection to the divine. It all lines up for me. That's how I do what I do, apparently. So in these lower three chakras, you've got the Three of Wands here. There's a waiting here, but it's a victorious thing. Your momentum is in place, but I get, if you're waiting, there might be some dicey stuff here, but this, I could see where somebody having this sort of momentum on the inside of wanting to move forward with great victory. And I don't feel like alone. That aspects of competition would be in there, right? Particularly if you've been waiting for something, right? Tricky. I think, I mean, to say it's a challenge to the honor code is certainly the case. And the honor code, really, you want to find your honor code? Start here. What does this feel like when you contemplate, let alone act upon something that your conscience, not your consciousness, knows is just not the right thing to do? Which is interesting because I don't see you taking any immediate action either here, because you've got the Trickster, right? As we said, with Malama, the Nine of Pentacles, really having a very stable, solid foundation. But the Hanged Man, all right, Prometheus bound, hanging out, chilling out on pause. The divine has hit the pause button for you to see things differently. Now, I think this might very well be, as I said before, you might not be aware of this going on inside of you. So this might literally be the inversion that you need, the pause, the sacrifice of a point of view to really see that your value and your worth is really not dependent upon what's going on in the outside world. And that's true of all of us. But that's the part of then transcending. Do you see like the tricky part of that? It's like, well then, all right then if I'm not defined by what I do and what I have, then may who I am be enough, and I'm going to be, and if people don't like it, well, there's nothing I can do about that. That's who I am. I am that I am. The Popeye olive oil path of enlightenment with the Hangman. I get it. Elizabeth Clare Popeye. Oh dear God, Mark. That's the Shecky Collective. It's probably Carrie Fisher screwing with my crown chakra. This is the one though. This is you. Now here we've got your 8th chakra, right? Really, really looking at the Samaritan here, a real service. And the key word here is refines your capacity to help, right? To serve and to help those you would prefer to ignore. And again, looking at dealing with thief and trickster, I get that. Safety first, right? Guard the child of your heart first and foremost. But with this playful card, and then add to that the moon, the second major arcana card, really, out of 6 here. Yeah, there's a mystery here. There's no question. Well, the 8th chakra is the mystical chakra, right? It's higher self stuff. Your intuition really may be on point in terms of visionary intuition, 3 levels of power: work, career, vocation. Survival intuition, creative intuition, and visionary intuition. Really seeing things popping up. I mean, I guess you could say out-of-body experience and dream time and all that stuff too, but just to see things from the point of view of the higher self. It's not new. It's like I came up with it today. And, billions of words spoken, written, etc. on this subject over the centuries, really. Not always called the higher self either. The transpersonal self, the God self, the Buddha self, the Krishna. Pick them all. Gotta catch them all. So with the moon on top of that, there is a playful energy here where, again, this is only for 2 months, right? November we're already mostly through, and December 2020. So with the holidays coming, I get that. Your 8th chakra, your vocation is really going to pull you through this. Your spiritual, I don't even want to say spiritual work. It feels like spiritual play, but in a way that's going to line this up for you so that you really do kind of catch the trick and transcend some stuffiness, perhaps, of social conditioning here, that you are enough. Like, everybody goes through cycles. Everybody goes through highs and lows, loss and gain. And with that Hanged Man, it's okay for you to kind of let go of a perception that something has been stolen from you, perhaps, that can never be stolen. Your worth cannot be stolen by a defeat, particularly in 2020 with the wild card that 2020 has been, right? So May the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to become the best that they can be, to utilize their survival intuition, their creative intuition, and their visionary intuition in alignment, to manifest their perfection, the best that they are, their worth into form, which can never be stolen for them, for their well-being, for the well-being of their work, career, and vocation, and through quantum unity for the well-being of all sentient life. So might it be. So it is. That's a fucking prayer for you right there. Thank you so much for watching, my Scorpios. Really opened my heart there to some other chakras too, I'm sure. So if you liked it, just thumbs up. Just thumbs up. That's all I ask, right? If you're not going to subscribe, give me the thumbs up. Helps other people see my shit. If you like me, subscribe. I'm fun. We're premiering, well, by the time you watch this, it'll already be premiered. The second episode of the podcast, Mal and Mal do, except this time Mal and Mal do the Underworld. It's really good. I like it. I'm enjoying the hell out of it for just our second one. The hell out of it, the Underworld. Anyway, wishing you all the very best and the very blessed in your work, career, vocation, November and December 2020. My Scorpios, hail. Farewell, and blessed, blessed be.